Hey, what is up guys? GuitarRock here. Welcome back to another Nikke Goddess of Victory video. Today's video, we're going to talk about Anis, Swimsuit Anis, if it's worth getting an extra copy of. So hopefully this video can do her justice. I've tried my best to test her as much as I can. So if you guys are not aware, yesterday I pulled one extra copy of Anis. Alright, give me the Tetra guys. Give me the Tetra. Oh! Ooh, if that was a one tap, that was the biggest one tap you've ever had in your life. But is it a one tap though? Okay, but it is a Tetra.
Anis in a swimsuit.
Anis in a swimsuit. Should I go for more? Damn, when you get lucky, you get greedy. Why? Why do humans, when they get lucky, they get greedy? So as you guys can see right now, I'm just waiting to limit break her. Just waiting for the time being. But first, we want to do a comparison, a damage comparison, if you would say, comparing a limit break 0 and a limit break 1. So hopefully, that's going to give you a better idea of, if you're pulling extra copies, how much damage increase can you perhaps get, right? So right now you can see my Anis is pretty stacked. Alright, you can see this is Overlord Gear level 5 right here. I'm going to show you guys all my substats. So this one has increased hit rate, increased attack percent. The gloves, I have hit rate, defense, element, damage dealt. And then the body, the armor, critical rate and attack percent. And last but not least, the boots have critical damage percent and increased crit rate percent. So as you can see, full Overlord Gear's skill is right now at 666. I don't have enough materials to up her even more, but definitely she's going to be worth it. Once I get more, I'm going to work on that. So I'm currently equipping her with Reload Cube. And right now, if I go to the advice section, she has all the max stats possible right here. As you can see, rank 10, so that means she gets lots of stats from here. We're going to get about 336 attack, 10,000 HP extra, and 67 defense. So if you guys are not aware, once you limit break your character, this bond can go even further. And that's what I hope to achieve as well. Now first things first, let's show you guys some sample data based on all the experiments, testings that I've done in multiple different stages. So let's jump into it. Okay, so the results are out, so let's have a look. So I did 5 battles each for each of these test results, as you guys can see. So let's have a look at the variations. So the first one, I decided to go with this basic team. Alright, we have Litter, Rupee, Scarlet, Swimsuit Anis, and of course Privaty. Now Privaty enables Anis per se. As far as I know, if your Anis is below burst level 9, you are going to need Privaty. Once you are able to reach burst skill of level 9, you won't need Privaty as much. That's at least the consensus that a lot of other whales have tested. So as you can see right now, this is with Privaty. In the mixed, so Anis was able to do 68 million in the first test, and the second test she was able to do 60 million. The third test she was able to do 63 million. The fourth test she was able to do 67 million, and the fifth test I managed to snag about 56 million. So pretty consistent overall throughout. Now I know some of you guys will be like, oh, why do you use Litter? You gotta use Dorothy because Dorothy is superior. And I understand the consensus right there. If you guys are not aware, Litter has an ability, has a skill right here that gives max ammo capacity increase. And that's bad for Swimsuit Anis. You don't want her to have an increased max ammo capacity, you want her to have decreased so that she has a better synergy with the second skill. This particular one, because it activates when firing the last bullet. So therefore, if you increase the max ammo capacity, you're going to sort of like handicap this skill in terms of the potential. However, Litter also gives a bunch of other things. As you can see, cooldown a burst skill, she gives critical damage, she increases attack, she also boosts attack right here on the burst skill. So therefore, I did a test with Dorothy and you'll be surprised of the results. So this is with Dorothy in the mix. So the first battle, you can see Anis got 65 million. Alright, the second one, so Anis got 61 million right here. And the third one, another 61 million. Yeah, so not much difference actually, the difference between Litter and Dorothy. Yes, Litter does have a skill that increases max ammo capacity, but the other skill that she has pretty much outweighs the cons. So the pro outweighs the cons, so I feel like Litter is still an overall net positive, or at least there's not much of a difference right there. Based on the earlier testing that you saw with Litter, Anis was able to get 68 million for this one, right? 60 million for this, 63 for this, and this one goes out to 67 million. So you can see slightly higher, maybe like 2% higher, not that big of a difference. Now obviously this is all the testing we did with Privaty. Now if I were to take out Privaty and replace with Drake, however, you would see now the difference is going to be slightly diminished. Alright, Anis Sparkling Summer is doing less damage. Alright, so with Drake in the equation as opposed to Privaty, that is going to be the case right here. So this is going to be one instance where with Drake we only get 33 million, and then with Drake we get 34 million, and then with Drake right here we get 32 million. So definitely if your Anis Sparkling Summer don't have the level 9 burst yet, something to consider. You might still need Privaty in your party because the damage boost is pretty significant right there. Okay, how about bosses then, right? Right now, we don't have a good boss to test today because right now it's currently the Alter Saint train boss. That's going to be quite difficult to test. However, I did try out on the Interception EX boss, and these are the results that I've gathered so far. You can see Anis doing about 5.3 while Scarlet do about 7.6. So in proportion to Scarlet, she's doing about 30% less. So with that being said, it's time. Let's try out a Limit Break 1 Anis and compare to everything that we have thus far. We're gonna get these bonus stats right now.
Is there an upgrade that enables you to swim?
So this is going to give us about 500 more pure attack, and alongside with that we get bonus HP and defense. Okay, I've been testing for a while now. Limit Break 1 versus Limit Break 0 Anis. And the discovery might surprise you guys. So let's show you guys the results. Now here's the thing. After testing thoroughly, I have found no difference in damage increase. That's right, you heard it here first. No difference whatsoever. Now, let's show you guys again. This is back when Anis was Limit Break 0. Alright, so notice this particular power level right here, 32,428. So she's doing about 68 million. Alright, it's about their average, right? So this one is 60 million, this is 63 million, this is 67 million. So 68 is the most. Let's just average it to 65. Alright, so this is in the same scenario testing. Notice all of these 32,000. Alright, so after I Limit Break 1 her, so now we get 33,400 battle power. And look at this, 65 million. Second testing, 57 million. Third testing, 67 million. Fourth testing, so this one was able to achieve 70 million. Alright, and then this is 64 million. So again, you can see maybe it did increase there, but oh boy, it's so insignificant. It's so minimal. The average on what we observed in the first one, this one was Anis at Limit Break 0, right? And this one was Anis at Limit Break 1. And not even the Scarlet is doing more damage, because assuming that Anis scales off her attack in terms of the buff that she provides to the ally, the lightning damage allies, right? You can see Scarlet is doing 93 million, and in the previous one, after the buff is about 94. You almost get no difference at all. At least I don't really, it's not like an observable, it's not super obvious. Maybe it did increase by like 1% or 2%, but man, it's so insignificant that most people won't really notice that much. Now, why is that? Why is this a thing, right? So ideally, from Limit Break 0 to Limit Break 1, you should be able to observe the difference. But I have a couple of theories. Number one, my Anis is already so stacked that you can see I'm one of the few players that have a full Overlord gear Anis. Alright, this at level 5, this at level 2. So gears just give way more stats compared to how much you are getting from Limit Break. Yes, you do get some stats from Limit Breaking and from increasing even further with DUPES Core 7, you know, Core 1, Core 2 up to Core 7, for sure you're gonna get more stats as it goes. But the amount of stats that you get from overloading your gears is just going to be way more significant. This is going to be way more observable. You can actually feel the difference right here. alright, compared to just the small incremental damage increase from either limit breaking or going for core. Now again, I'm quite surprised even the stats right here from the advice, alright, if you guys are not aware, just know was 10, now we are increasing it to rank 20. Even the amount of stats here seems insignificant compared to anything you get from an overload gear, right? This is only like 800 attack. It's like whatever. Overload gear gives way more per level, so that's something to consider as well. So yeah, I hope this can help you guys make a better decision. Do I think it's worth going for more copies of Swimsuit Anis? Probably not. Just stick with gears. You'll get all 4 overload gears eventually. Hopefully when that time comes, your Anis is going to be strong. Now if you can afford it, if you can afford to go core 7, for sure, right? But if you're just gonna get 1 extra copy or 2 extra copy, I honestly don't think that's going to be making much of a difference. And if you can only afford to go 1 or 2 extra copy, probably you're someone that you're either like a low spender or a free to play, and in that case, you're better off saving for the collab or upcoming characters. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Let me know what you guys think overall of Swimsuit Anis going for dupes. Are you guys still doing it? As always, subscribe if you guys haven't already, give this video a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.